Hey everyone, Crystal Gamer here with another Sims 4 build. This one here is for a challenge. It is called the Solid Color Challenge. It's put out by Golden Simmer, and I did not realize when I first started this challenge, and I just chose a color. I didn't realize we were supposed to be assigned a color, so I just chose a color, and I chose yellow, so that was not the color I was assigned. So I actually had this challenge done twice. I will post the yellow one. I called it the sunshine. I will post the yellow one eventually, but I thought that since I was assigned after doing that, I should probably prioritize this video because I'm not sure if we have a deadline on entries or not, or I don't even really know if we're entering or if it's just kind of a for fun, try to build a solid color thing. I don't really know exactly, but nonetheless, I was assigned pink, if you haven't figured that out already. And so the yellow house kind of went by the wayside. I did finish it, and I am going to do a video on it, but the yellow house went by the wayside for the moment. And so we shifted focus to this pink build. And since I was assigned pink, at first I did not think that this was going to go well, but when he gave me pink, I thought, well, geez, I was a little bit bummed at first because I've already done a pink house. I did a house that I called Pretty in Pink, and it's one of several houses that I have that I did before I decided to make YouTube videos and all that. And I think I was recording, but it was before I had decided I was going to make YouTube videos, but I hadn't figured out how to do video editing and all that yet. So I think I have the recording for it. And if I do, I'll get it out there at some point, or I'll just do a house tour on it or something. But nonetheless, I digress. Point is, I already had a build that was pink, and it's more of a real build. Like, people can live there, and it's more kind of regular looking, and it's pink and blue. It's not all one color. It's predominantly pink and blue. And so at first I was slightly bummed because I've already done a pink property. But then I started thinking about it, and I said, well, this is not exactly the same as the last thing I did, because I can only use one color. I don't have the option to do multiple colors here. So let's just kind of go wild with this and take advantage of this. And if I'm going to do pink, instead of doing like a soft baby pink or something that I'd be more likely to put in a real home, let's kind of go crazy and do a hot pink. And so I decided that I was going to go a little fantasy with it. And so, as you can see, I'm kind of creating a castle. And I decided I was going to go hot pink with a lot of it. And one of the first things that I did when I got the pink and I went to start this was I looked through the list of stuff that I had in pink. And I just recently got the romantic garden stuff when it went on sale recently. And I saw that I had a ton of pink and hot pink too for outside stuff. Lots of hot pink stuff for outside. Now, I don't know that I would ever use this hot pink stuff outside for pretty much anything else. But for this build, where I'm doing a castle and everything, oh, I saw that stuff and I was like, yes, that is perfect. That is exactly where we're going with the outside. And we're going to have a castle-like looking thing. And we're going to have a huge courtyard. And it's going to be all hot pink. And yes, that's where I'm going with it. So that was what got me to that point. And so obviously, if we only have one color, there are going to be some limitations. And I think everyone is faced with different limitations depending on the color that you get. And so the limitations on this color for me were, I did not have a stove that was predominantly pink. I threw in the stove that had pink accents. I ended up taking it out because I read the rules afterwards, and the rules say that unless it's mostly pink, like you can't use a silver stove with just pink accents. It's not enough pink. It has to be more pink. And so I take out the stove, so obviously that's a limitation. She's not going to have a stove. And then the other limitation was stairs. So only the first floor of this place is furnished because I had no pink stairs, which was fine because I pretty much kind of intended this just to be a single girl living here. This is a bachelorette pad is what this is. And she ends up having a pink cat. And I stupidly kind of decorate for a dog initially. And then I think to myself, hey, pink, a lot of hot pink. That's probably going to be better for a cat. And so I end up making a girl that's all dressed in pink with pink hair and everything. And she's got a little pink cat too. And their names are Passion Price, I believe is what I call her, Passion Price, and her pink cat Princess Price. And the house, I'm trying to decide if I want to call it the Pink Palace or Passion's Palace. But either way, we have Passion and Princess Price living in the Pink Palace. Or the Passion's Palace. Yeah, one of those. I may go Pink Palace with this as it stands right now, and then maybe revise this build a little bit. Because there are a few things that I would like to not have pink. As a for instance, the trim on the turrets, which is actually fencing, there's some gray kind of stone type stuff that works way, way better for turrets than what I had to use here, but I had to stay within the rules. So that's one of those things that I'd like to change. I got really, really lucky with the wall coverings. That stone wall covering is under the pink, so I am staying with the rules. It may not look super pink, but it is definitely pink. It's a pale pink stone. And so I was so happy that I had something that was stone to make it, look more like a castle. My only complaint on color, there's a couple of complaints I have on color in this main area in particular. And one is the dining room set listed under pink, but I swear that's a cross between pink and purple. I wish it was more kind of true pink. But it's listed under pink. And then the high back chair is also listed under pink, and it's not, I don't know, it's not my preferred color with everything else that's in there, but hey, gotta deal with what we have in the game. And I have the right and left of the castle right now is not stone, and I end up changing that at the end. I decide to make the entire castle stone at the end. I was trying to make something a little bit different, but I don't know, the 100% stone works a little bit better. And look at all this hot pink garden stuff. Isn't this awesome? Like, I literally could not possibly think of any other use for this. So I love when I get a chance to use stuff that, I just would never use hot pink garden stuff in any other thing. So this is kind of perfect for this. And as soon as I saw that fountain when I was going through all the pink stuff that I had in the build, and I saw that fountain, I was like, oh yeah, that's the main piece in the courtyard that we're going to have. And I do this here. I set these flower, I don't even know what they're called. It's like flower bush fencing things or whatever they are. I don't know what they are, but I set them out. I was going to go with that initially, and then I get rid of it because I had planned on putting the fountain water feature thing as a surround with the rose petals, and I end up doing that, but I decide that, well, if you're sim walking in here, I'm blocking all the view, and we don't want to block the view. So I end up getting rid of that. Oh, and there is some issue that I can't get the sim to use the fountain properly, the center fountain properly. I don't know if you have to have pavement going up all the way to it. I don't know if you can't have the flower stuff that I have around it or whatnot, but just so you're aware, there is a use problem with the fountain that I have not figured out. I don't know if it's a bug in the game. I don't know what it is. I just know that I got her to sit on side of the fountain, but I was not able to get her to play in the fountain, which is supposed to be one of the things that you should be able to get them to do. But I did, after I created the girl, I did use the build a bit and tested things out, and that's the only thing that I ran into any trouble with was the fountain. And it looks like it's pretty wide open. I even took out some of the flowers and did put some of the pavement right up to it to see if I could, if that was the issue, and it still didn't make a difference. So yeah, I don't know exactly what that's all about. Might just be a glitch in the game for all I know. It's a brand new pack for me, so I haven't played it yet, and I haven't looked up online to see if anyone else has had any issue with it yet. So I was happy about this too, because all the flowers are pink. In the pond there, the trim is pink. So I had so many pink options. I had way more. I don't know. When I first got the pink, I didn't realize how much I was going to have with it. And there was just so much to work with. And that made me really happy, especially for this outside area. I was really kind of able to beef it up. And I like to have, I don't know, I like to have something in each build that's sort of a little bit different or unique or something. And I like this courtyard. You know, you want to, I don't know, you want a feature. I think in every build, something should be a little bit of a feature. At least that's what I try and go for. And this one, my last couple of builds, is sort of interesting because I did the minimalist build, right? Which is obviously not too much. It's very minimalist is what it is. And then I went to that barnyard build, and that was so immensely cluttered. And now I have this fantasy thing, so I'm kind of all over the map with my builds lately. But I think that's good, because I don't know about you guys, but I like variety. I don't want the same old all the time. I like different stuff. And I can't remember if I said this already, but the yellow build, the one that I did originally, before I knew that I had to be assigned a color, that one there, I am going to do a video for that and put that out. And that's more of a modern build. More of a modern looking house. 2-story. I cheated there a little bit, y'all. See that? I lift up the figurines. You can't tell that they're just floating in air because I put the flowers underneath. But I really wanted those, like the flower surround for them. I thought that kind of made it even more nifty. I wanted a lot of nice gardening on this, you know, because this is the main feature, especially since I could only decorate on the interior on the first floor. I couldn't go above that since I had no stairs, so the feature on this one was definitely going to be the outside. So yeah, I definitely went a little bit crazy, I think, in a good way with the garden stuff. I hope y'all like it. I think it's a courtyard that I would enjoy spending some time in. And I was going to kind of leave the back sort of with nothing originally, but I end up at the very last minute, I throw in a little courtyard. I can't remember if I videoed that or not. There's a few last minute changes that I made. I added a couple of towers onto the castle. I raised the castle up. I added a couple of towers at the end, and I add just a little patio area in the back at the very end too. That I can't remember if I videoed that stuff or if I included it or not, but we're going to find out momentarily. I think I may have included the towers, but not the little patio in the back. It was just a throw-in. The main thing is really the front, but... And then I light everything up because I just want to make it look even prettier at night. I put a couple of fountains on the bottom turrets in the front too, those little round fountains. You can't really see them, but I put them up there with lights just to mainly for the light purpose. Because I really wanted the whole thing to be kind of lit up at night. I had a little bit of Cinderella's castle in mind. I did a trip to Disney World not too long ago, and so I had a little bit of that in mind as I'm lighting everything up all over the place. And I changed the lighting just so you know when you look at these screenshots, especially on the exterior, you're going to see that it looks even more pink, and that's because I changed some of the lighting. Just to give, you know, sort of emphasize that pink point. So here we have the 2 towers, lift the castle up a little bit, and then we go into screenshots. And since we're at the end and looking at the final screenshots, I just want to say thank you so much for spending the time with me. I hope that you enjoy this build as much as I do. It is available out on the gallery, and I'll put the information for that in the comments. And if you liked it enough, if you liked the video and the build, please don't hesitate to hit that like button and especially the subscribe and support my channel. That'd help me out a lot. Thanks so much. Y'all have a good one. Bye now.